Hey, welcome. Today, we are diving into something huge, a total revolution in corporate reporting that's going to change transparency forever. If your company operates in the EU, well, the way you talk about your impact on the world, it's about to get a massive overhaul. So let's get right into it.
So let's start with a really direct question, especially if you work for or invest in a European company. I want you to think about that latest sustainability report you saw. You know the one. Is it about to become totally obsolete?
Well, for something like 50,000 companies across the EU, the answer is a big fat yes. The new Corporate Sustainability Reporting Directive, the CSRD, isn't just some minor update. No. This is a ground-up revolution, and it's designed to drag sustainability data kicking and screaming into the 21st century.
To really get what's so different about these new rules, we've got to look at what they're replacing. For years, sustainability reporting has been, well, kind of like the Wild West. It was unstructured, inconsistent, and honestly, a lot of the time, it just wasn't very useful.
And this slide, it really lays it all out. The old system, the NFRD, it gave companies a ton of flexibility. Now, that sounds pretty good on paper, right? But what it actually meant was you had all this disconnected data in a million different formats. It was impossible to compare apples to apples. The CSRD just sweeps all that away and demands one standard: integrated reporting, and this is a big one, mandatory assurance.
So the EU actually looked at this old system and found it created what they called an information gap. Basically, investors couldn't see the real risks, the public had no way to hold companies accountable, and you just couldn't trust the data. It was clear something had to change, and the CSRD brings three core solutions to the table.
Okay, solution number one. This one tackles the most basic problem of all. Where does this information actually live? Well, the era of burying your sustainability data in some glossy, standalone PDF that no one reads, that's officially over.
The new directive doesn't mess around. It's super explicit, as you can see right here. Your sustainability information must be in a clearly identifiable, dedicated section of the management report. So no more hiding it, no more separate documents. It's got to be front and center.
And look, this isn't just about being tidy. By forcing this information to live right next to the financial data, the law is sending a crystal clear message. Your impact on the planet and its people is now every bit as critical as your balance sheet. So that brings us to solution number two, which builds right on top of the first. I mean, if all the reports are going to be in one place, they should probably all speak the same language, right? Well, the CSRD is mandating a single universal digital format for everybody.
And that format is called ESEF, the European Single Electronic Format. I want you to just forget about PDFs. Think of this more like a standard web page. Every single company's report will now be built in the exact same way. That makes all this information digitally native, totally consistent, and way easier to access.
And that brings us to the third solution, which, honestly, is the most transformative part of this whole thing. This is the real game changer. It's not just about making the report digital, it's about making the data inside that report intelligent, machine-readable.
And this happens through something called digital tagging. It's actually pretty simple. First, you find a piece of data, like, say, your carbon emissions. Then, you apply a very specific digital tag from this official EU dictionary of sustainability terms. And poof, all of a sudden, that number isn't just text on a page anymore. It's an intelligent data point that computers can read, understand, and compare.
Okay, let's make this real. Here's a sentence from an old-school report. Our company's total Scope 1 emissions were 15,000 tons. Right now, to a computer, that's just a bunch of letters and numbers. It has no clue what 15,000 tons actually means or how it compares to anything else.
But now, under the new rules, that number gets a digital tag. See that? That little tag, ghg.scope1.total, instantly tells any software exactly what that number represents. It's no longer just a static number. It suddenly has context, it has meaning, and it has power.
And the result of this one tiny change is absolutely massive. It's the difference between trying to search through a library of 50,000 unorganized books and just querying a single unified digital database. That one number is now instantly findable and comparable across every single company reporting in the EU.
So you see, when you put these three solutions together, a new home for the data, a universal format for the report, and intelligent tagging for the data itself, you end up with something truly revolutionary. You get a whole new era of corporate transparency.
This table really gives you the key takeaway. It's the bottom line.
We're moving from these separate, static, basically unsearchable PDFs to data that is integrated, uniform, and completely machine-readable. The location, the format, the data itself, it's all being transformed. So, why are we doing all this? What's the point? Well, the goal isn't just to make better reports. It's about redirecting money toward companies that are genuinely sustainable. It's about making corporate greenwashing almost impossible to get away with. And it's about empowering everyone, from huge investors to regular citizens, with clear, comparable data to help drive the EU's Green Deal forward. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. For the very first time, we are about to have this massive, searchable database of corporate sustainability performance. So the real question is, when every number is out in the open and can't hide anymore, what are we actually going to discover about the companies we thought we knew?